All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Chicago Bears in today's video. So we're currently in OTAs. We're in the OTA phase of the offseason. Once these end, it's going to get pretty boring. It's going to be pretty dry up until the end of July. And I know it's just OTAs, but you can't tell me you're watching these clips on Twitter or Instagram of Caleb Williams throwing the football at Bears OTAs, and you can't tell me you're not licking your chops. Like, go watch a Caleb Williams full college football game and try to look me in the eye virtually and tell me the dude's going to be a bust. Tell me, watch Caleb Williams play football and look me in the eyes virtually and tell me that he is not going to translate to the NFL. Folks, it's about to get crazy. It's about to get silly. And we're seeing it. We're witnessing it right here, right now in OTAs. Just use your eyes. And what do your eyes tell you? Because my eyes are telling me Caleb Williams is not only going to be the Bears franchise QB, but my eyes are telling me he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks for a very long time in the National Football League. So welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking about the Chicago Bears in today's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you're trying to get this video to 100 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. So here's something interesting. Matt Forte feels a change in the Chicago Bears culture. Here's his exact quote. "I do feel a change in the Bears culture. When I retired, it was like, thank you, see you next lifetime." And that's no disrespect to anybody. It's just, that's the truth. That's what we've been saying, and that's what Bears fans know. You know, if you're a lifelong Bears fan, myself, born and raised Chicagoland area. I've lived in the suburbs. I've lived in the city. The vibe of the Bears right now is just completely different than anything I've ever experienced in my entire life. And, you know, the biggest knock for the Chicago Bears failures, I would say, as far as just, you know, having a competent, capable franchise QB, it starts and ends with the ownership group. It just really does. And so they hit it out of the ballpark, hiring Ryan Poles. And Ryan Poles has just done, seriously, such a phenomenal job ever since he became the general manager for the Chicago Bears. And the culture shift began last year, specifically in the second half when they picked up Montez Sweat. And it was like, all right, hold on. The Chicago Bears next season, when everybody's fully healthy and all these younger players get an extra year under their belt, all these rookies like Tyreek Stevenson get a year under their belt, this defense on paper will probably be top 10 next year. A lot of people don't realize the Bears have one of the best linebacking units in the National Football League in TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds. They've got a young rising secondary that we talked about in our other video from the other day, saying, yeah, the Bears will probably have one of the best defensive back groups in the National Football League. And if your only nitpick for the Bears defense is another edge rusher, which I think DeMarcus Walker and Austin Booker can pick up the slack and just make do with what they have, because Montez Sweat's a freaking Pro Bowler, their defense is really freaking good. And so when we're talking about the culture change, I think it was fully, just completely flipped, like fully flipped, when Justin Fields was traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, granted, Justin Fields will probably, in the Chicago Bears fandom, always be this big what if. And he is a big what if. And we'll, you know, wait to see what happens over in Pittsburgh and the rest of Justin Fields' career. But the whole issue specifically this past year was you had, you know, I don't want to put it into age groups, but, you know, maybe older Bears fans kind of see Justin Fields and they see the fumble a game and, you know, the lack of ability to see the field with, you know, as opposed to, you know, guys like Patrick Mahomes or whatever. And, you know, you kind of hold a grudge against the Chicago Bears. It's like, oh, you know, why are you still running it with Justin? This is our third year doing it. We're not winning football games. And, you know, even if we were, you're not surrounding him with the proper coaching. You're not surrounding him with the proper talent. And when you did, it was just too late. So get rid of him. And then you got, you know, maybe younger Bears fans seeing Justin Fields and you see the highlight mixes and you're like, damn, dude, you know, this guy, when he's playing to his potential, can light up the field. And so it doesn't even really matter what your viewpoint of Justin Fields is. It's just more so that he's not a member of Chicago anymore. And everybody can at least reunite together under Caleb Williams and give it another go. And, you know, Caleb, the #1 draft pick, you know, he's got a dad who loves him. You know, Caleb Williams loves football and he cries and he paints his nails and he's not even really show-offy, but he's got this kind of humble brag, this humble swagger to him, and everyone loves him. And you see him in pressers, you see him with your teammates, you see it on your phone watching these clips from OTAs, and it's hard to just not be enamored with the new Chicago Bears quarterback. And that's exactly what Matt Forte said himself. What stood out to me is he's a good kid. You can see deep down inside that he cares. He wants to win. It's not a prideful thing where he's coming in like, yeah, I'm the number one pick and everybody's supposed to love me and all that. It's more like he wants to prove himself. And so once again, it doesn't even have anything to do with Justin Fields and what he did or didn't do as a member of the Chicago Bears. It's just more so that we're turning a new leaf. We're flipping to a new chapter. We're starting a new chapter of a new book. And his name's Caleb Williams. And it's just hard to not like this guy, regardless how the Bears' last couple of seasons went. It's all in the past. So not only do you have DJ Moore still, and still you got Cole Kmet, but you picked up DeAndre Swift. You got a new center in Ryan Banks. You traded for Keenan Allen. And, folks, I get it. Keenan Allen's a little bit old. Even if Keenan Allen plays 13 games this upcoming season, he's going to be around 1,000 yards, and you're going to love Keenan Allen whenever he's out on the field. If he stays healthy, once again, the Chicago Bears clearly, by the end of this year, in my opinion, will have a top three or the best top three wide receiver trio in the National Football League. I don't even think it'll be close. And then you got Rome Odunze, and Odunze is really interesting because, people's critique of him is his ceiling is not as big as Malik Nabers, from LSU. But Rome Odunze falling to pick number 9 shocked me, and it shocked the whole National Football world. General Manager Ryan Poles and the other Bears personnel were in the room, and they couldn't believe Odunze fell into their laps. Ryan Poles jokingly asked Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator, about taking Odunze. Shane, you okay with this? Is it too much for you? He follows it up. We didn't have to give up anything, Poles said about staying put at 9 for Rome. So it was the best case scenario. I remember seeing so many different mock drafts where Odunze goes pick number 8 or pick number 7, and then you got to take Dallas Turner, and Dallas Turner ends up going 17. I think Dallas Turner will be a phenomenal talent, by the way. But more importantly, you have a rookie QB, and you don't want to make the same mistake that you did with Justin Fields, and you don't want to make the same mistake you've been making my entire 24 years on this planet of not surrounding him with talent. So the fact that Odunze fell to pick number 9, it's unbelievable. It really is. It still is even a month after the NFL draft. So now you got your rookie QB, number 1 overall pick, and yeah, he's going to have some growing pains. But you look at the first half of the schedule, and it's like, oh man, they're going to win a bunch of football games before they get into divisional play. So even if he's going through, rookie growing pains and making mistakes and all that stuff, the Bears are still going to hover at worst around 500 because their roster is way too loaded. It's way too talented. So thank you guys for watching today's Friday rant. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already. But most importantly, guys, give me a win-loss projection on paper as it stands right now for the Chicago Bears this upcoming season. I'm going to go 10-7, but I really don't see them finishing worse than 9-8 or even 8-9. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.